Hey, you. Welcome to my art and self improvement podcast. Hi, I'm Katie, and I'm a life coach and artist. I'm a life coach for artists. I help artists stop procrastinating on their art, create the art that they've been dying to make, and massively improve their mindset so that they can create the life of their art dreams. I struggled with anxiety, depression, self loathing, so much self sabotaging behaviors, and this is my update of how I'm improving my mindset and my life one podcast at a time. Woohoo! Okay, how are you guys doing? I'm doing amazing. I really hope you are too. I just want to say that I am so freaking grateful of you, for you. Yes, you, the person listening to this right now, my words in your ears, I am so grateful to you. Seriously, I really care about you. I think about you all the time. Like, what can I say today? What do you need to hear? How can I help? How can I create an opportunity for a breakthrough? How can I make an impact? How do I take what I've learned and give it to you in a written, audio form? What could totally change your life right now? I mean, you are just so amazing. Every version of you. And the fact that you're interested in mindset work as well, do you know how exciting that is? That there is like 500 of us. We really are raising the consciousness of this planet by raising our own consciousness. I know that there's a lot of pessimism out there in the world about our future, but I've never been more optimistic because there are people like you listening to this podcast right now about self fucking improvement, right? You're going to save the world, all of us together. So, yes, even though it's a podcast about art, it's all connected. So truly, you listening, I love you. You are loved. If you're ever wondering if anyone loves you, if you are lovable, yes, you are, and yes, I do. You've got me. Okay, I just had to get that out of the way. It's just really hitting me this week how grateful I am of you for listening, for wanting to improve, and I just had to properly express it. Okay, let's get this episode going. Okay, this episode is so good, you guys. Like the end is so good. So stick with me, okay? So every week, what I'm really trying to do here is I'm trying to improve my relationship with my arts. I am improving my relationship with my art, and I want to make me and art like peanut butter and jelly. I want us to be best pals. I want us to be glued at the hips. I've had this fantasy for so long of me drawing all of the time and being that kind of artist. The artist that everyone is like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to be successful because they're just living and breathing art all the freaking time. But I've been doing it and wanting it for the wrong reasons. And here's a peek into that mindset this week. So I was doing some self-coaching and I asked myself, what is keeping me from drawing more? Some of my answers is that I feel lonely and disconnected and like a hermit if I'm in my room all day, all night, drawing, creating art, instead of going out and hanging out with people, being with other humans. The other is that although I'm really impressed when I see artists just draw in public, draw around other people, I felt really weird doing that. I felt really weird drawing around people and people seeing me draw. And why is that? Which is so weird because I have people, I record my art process, but I mean like physically. Anyway, so why is that? Oh, yeah. It's because it felt really disingenuous. I finally admitted to myself that I was drawing in public, or I wanted to draw in public, not because I actually really wanted to. It was because I was trying to seem a certain way to other people. I was trying to control my behavior in order to manipulate someone's thoughts about me. I was trying to get that validation. And so no wonder it felt super weird. And then no wonder I wasn't drawing around people, because it was weird. So this reminds me even more that when I believe I'm not enough, that I need that validation outside of me, and I take action from that place, I only prove to myself over and over again that I'm not enough, because that is what the brain does. It proves itself true. Like here's kind of how it works. I was drawing an X amount, right? Like a certain amount. And I believed I wasn't enough because I wasn't drawing enough. And so then I tried to pressure myself into drawing a ton and around other people so that they will think I'm a real artist or a successful artist in this chase to be enough. But what happens is I end up making it really hard to be creative with all of these, scarcity, crappy feelings. And so then I keep not drawing around people. Therefore, using that as more evidence that I'm not enough. Do you guys see that? It's crazy and so fascinating to me. Like, I live for this shit. I live for showing other people this shit in them too, so that they can finally break the pattern and create a new life. I had been seriously struggling this week with that feeling of not enough around my art productivity, that I'm not drawing enough, that I'm not painting enough. And I just thought that that was like true. I thought that was factual, that I'm not doing enough. I thought I was, striving and trying to work on like becoming another person, right? Becoming that kind of artist that I've always wanted to be, the artist that is super prolific and just can't seem to stay away from a pencil. But that pressure that I put on myself, really, is this the saying? It twisted my undies. I don't know if that's the right saying. But anyway, that explains the late podcast, but let's move on. I forgot to apply this cardinal rule of coaching to myself in this aspect of my life, which is that what matters is not who I'm trying to become. It's not the end goal. It's not the end goal. It's not what I want. What matters is the why. And a phone call with my coach revealed that when I think about those artists that are super, super prolific, what I'm making it about me, what I'm making it mean about me, is that I'm mediocre. Oof. That was such a blind spot and was a really hard one for me to have seen on my own. That's what I've been thinking for this long, that I'm mediocre because I'm not making 5 paintings a day. Damn. And my coach got really mad. Not at me, but like at my brain. She was like, "Don't say that about my girl." It was this kick that I really needed, not to do more, but to believe even harder, even deeper, that I am enough. It was such a good coaching call. And she can say that to me because we're so close now. We've been working together for 9 months, and so she knows all of my patterns and she can see it so clearly. So that's been a really amazing relief to kind of go even deeper, that what I'm doing is enough. And if I want to do more, it's all for fun. It all has to be for fun. When I'm chasing worth, by increasing my art productivity, it's so freaking hilarious that literally the exact opposite happens, like it did this week. So how much art you're making doesn't mean anything about you as a person or as an artist. And there are many, many artists out there who are quote unquote successful. Of course, this depends on your word or your definition of success. And there are many successful artists out there who have very varying degrees of how much they do. In addition to feeling enough, here are some more ways that has actually helped me draw more, not from a place of chasing worth, but from a place of this truly is so fun and feels so good. The topic of last week's episode has really helped me. What about you? Has it helped you? Has it been kind of a game changer for you too? If you haven't heard it, it's about how a follower is created when someone has a connection with you or your work. So as an artist, if you want more followers, the goal is to create a connection. And how you create a connection with your work is to make the audience feel something. Or more accurately, is to create an opportunity for the audience to feel something. We can't actually control how they feel. I just want to make that distinction. But in order to do that, we need to feel something ourselves. We need to feel connected with our work ourselves. And I don't think wanting more followers is a bad thing. I really see it as, like when you create a follower, you've impacted somebody's life, which is a beautiful thing. But still, please watch the whole video. It's last week's, and it's seriously so good. Anyway, so expanding on that topic of like creating connection with our art, now that I see art as this window of connection between me and other people, then now I really don't feel lonely when I'm making art. I have this new belief that when I'm making art, I'm always connected, always. I still sometimes feel fear or anxiety if a painting doesn't go well, but loneliness is really rare because I feel so connected now to the world through my art. And then crazily, I'm way more connected to my surroundings too. Like, I'm more observant because I'm trying to see the essence of something. I'm seeing somebody's outfit or the way the light hits on the table or the shape of this plant. And I'm trying to capture what I'm seeing, the feel in my head of something, so that then I can translate that into a painting in order to connect with my viewer. If something is really compelling, if I see something really compelling, then I really want to study it so I can capture it and like really get it in my head and create that visual library even more, right? So when I'm studying a plant, for example, and feeling really connected to this plant because I'm thinking about my viewer who one day may benefit from me studying from this plant, it means I'm connected to you too. It's fucking expansive and weird and crazy and amazing. It's still a practice though, to stay in that presence, in that presence of being observant and in the moment of what you're seeing. But it's so much more motivating to be in that presence with these reasons. Because, being present is such a buzzword. It's like everyone wants to be more present, right? But I've never found a really good reason until now why to be in that presence, other than that it's what yogis and spiritual people say we should do. Apparently it feels better. Connection is why it feels better. When you are present with the current moment, with the artwork you are making, you are feeling connected. I am feeling connected. It's such a great feeling. Other than death, ultimately, us humans fear disconnection. Because back in the day, 2 million years ago, it did mean death. And I think this is why coaching is so important. Somebody helped me someone was trained to help me find my connection to myself so that I can then connect to everything else out there and vice versa. And then the connection just builds. And then to connect with my art so I procrastinate less in a genuine way rather than I shouldn't, I'm a bad person for procrastinating way. And so then in turn, creating the life of my goddamn dreams. And this is so much more motivating for drawing around people. Like, I just used to be so weirded out by it. Like, I didn't want anyone to look or make a comment or think I'm weird or think I'm trying to be something. Like, no, I'm connected in this moment. It's like there's a white glow around me. It's like there's like a conviction, like it doesn't even matter what's happening outside. Like, who cares? I am feeling connected to the universe right now, drawing in my sketchbook around these people. It's like I'm also connected to them. This in itself is the most wonderful experience. Like, so much better than like what we think the success will feel like, right? It's this present connection. I mean, what a blessing it is to be an artist, and what a blessing it is for me in my eyes to be a coach and or to have a coach so that I can maximize the blessings of an artist. Every day, I think we should thank the stars that we have this inclination to be creative. So many people kill their creativity at such a young age. So many people say I'm not creative or I'm not a creative person. Like, oh God, that hurts my soul so much. That's like saying I'm cutting myself off from the magic of the universe. And there is magic, yo. Magic is just science that hasn't been understood yet. I love finding the magic in me, and I love having someone help me find it. Who doesn't want more magic in their life? Like, why would I wait for that? Why would I just rely on doing it on my own? That kind of connection with another human in that way is crazy too. Like, that's magic. And I love finding the magic in other people, whether they're my client or not. Everyone has magic in them. I just love humans that much. And I know I can help you find your magic. Have a magical day, everyone. I'll see you next week. Bye.